Yesterday, Cedar Rafaela and Wilyer Abreu both won Gold Gloves for the Boston Red Sox for the 2025 season. It is finally time that Cedon's greatness has been recognized, and Wilyer Abreu, not to take anything away from him, that's back-to-back seasons with Gold Gloves in his first 2 full seasons for the team. Super impressive, especially considering he missed a month of the season. But with that in mind, it leads us into a similar problem we were facing last year that they didn't really address at all, is what do the Red Sox do with their outfield? And I think it's even worse now that you have Roman Anthony in the picture, right? You've got Anthony, you've got Abreu, Cedar Rafaela, you have Jarren Duran, you have Yoshida in the DH spot, and then you have Christian Campbell, who needs to be back on this roster heading into next year. He's not just banished to AAA, guys. So what do the Red Sox do in this spot? Well, I think you have players that for sure are just not going anywhere, right? Roman Anthony is not getting traded. That is just not going to happen. And I don't think Cedar Rafaela is either. They've committed to him long-term, and you've seen how important and valuable that defense is that he brought to the table. And he also had like a month-and-a-half streak last year where he was just like one of the best hitters in baseball. We saw similar things from JBJ, but I think Cedon's potential is more sustainable than JBJ's ever was. And so when you're looking at that, you have Cedon that aren't going anywhere. You have Anthony's that not going anywhere. I think that Wilyer Abreu is also a player that they don't want to trade because, like I mentioned before, back-to-back Gold Gloves, and he was second on the team in home runs when he missed a month of the season. So why are you going to trade an asset like that that's obviously on the rise? So that's 3 players that I think are not going anywhere, which kind of leads us to Christian Campbell and Jarren Duran. Could either of those players be traded? Possibly. I think the Red Sox right now, if they could trade Christian Campbell and they could get something back for him, I don't think that that's off the table. But I think the most likely player to be dealt right now is Jarren Duran. And they certainly missed their peak last year to trade him when he put up almost a 9-WAR season. He could have gotten a haul back last year, but he's still a very valuable player. He still was like a 4.5 WAR player, even with the downgrade in his defense this last season. And I think that if you're looking to add assets to this team, there are teams out there that have pitching depth that need some offense, and they're willing to maybe deal a mid-rotation starter for Jarren Duran as a core piece of that. So is Jarren Duran the deal? Well, maybe. I think if in a perfect world too, they'd like to trade Yoshida, but I just don't see much coming back from him. He did show up in the postseason, obviously, so he's got a little bit of that blood in him. But at the same time, his contract is just bogging him down, and I think he would essentially have to be traded for nothing or another bad contract, which just seems unlikely. All of this is coming to a head kind of like it did last year, and the Red Sox really just didn't do anything last year. But I think this is the year that they have to make a decision, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Let me know what you think in the comments.